Yes, people. What's going on? Welcome to United View. Welcome to another Flex's View, man. I did say to you, if there was any sort of news coming out today, anything we felt we needed to react to, or I felt I needed to react to, we would do it. Smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you are new. And breaking news within the last sort of half an hour or so from Sky Sports, at the time of recording, it's only about 10 minutes ago. But from Sky Sports, they've gone with Erik ten Hag is hoping to find out this week if he's going to keep his job as Manchester United manager. Of course, we know that the season review had started from last week. We know that there's a decision to be made. Erik ten Hag went on holiday and has been left in the lurch. And interesting that Sky going with breaking news. Like I said, I'm fed up of sort of explaining it. But when Sky attach their names to things, when Sky go big with breaking news, yellow banners, you know, the traditional Sky Sports breaking news, it's because they have very good sources, very reliable sources. They're not always first, very much so, yeah, as they sometimes get the mickey taken out of. They're not always first to the forefront with information, but when they are first, or when they do say things, they've had to do a lot of checks to get to that point. And I think that's what we're seeing here with them doing it. And look, there has to be this decision must happen really quickly now, because time is ticking. Preparation for the new season should have already begun, really, but in the situation that we're in with the manager and with the new people that aren't even there yet officially yet, you know, Omar Barada still doesn't start till July, Dan Ashworth situation still rumbling on. It's not ideal, and we knew that we would get to this stage of the season and it would look like this. And what we didn't maybe anticipate is this literal 50-50, like left on a hanging on a piece of string decision with Erik ten Hag. Will he, won't he, in or out, sack or back kind of thing. And that's where it is now. If you're Erik ten Hag, you're just thinking, hurry up and decide. You know, we've gone through the reasons why, you know, he should stay. A lot of people have gone through the reasons why he should leave. And the issue is if you're Ineos, they're the ones who essentially look like they made that decision already before the cup final. And already it looks like, you know, after the game of winning the FA Cup final and the manner that it was and how everybody's behind the team, etc., it's like they're having second thoughts, because the silence has been deafening the whole time. Not once have they come out to back Erik ten Hag and say, let's just put these rumours to bed. He's going to move on at the end of the season, so it's all about having a strong finish. Or we're not entertaining stuff about the manager because, you know, the future of the manager, because we see him as part of our vision. We're very much looking forward for next season. Could have easily said any of these statements at any time, and they haven't. And they've let it rumble on and rumble on. Could have said it even sooner after the FA Cup final. But again, the line that's been put out, or the information that's been put out to the journalists and the briefs, is that, you know, the season review is conducted and Man United will consider everything. In that time, some managers have become available, some have become unavailable, some have become more suited, some have become less suited. So there's so much going on, and as much as I do want a decision to be done quickly because it's affecting us, Ineos also do need to make sure they make the right decision. I will say that. I will be extremely disappointed if they decide that Erik's not going to be the man anymore. I would, because of all the reasons I've said. I've done a video, I've done a Flex's View saying I was wrong and what I think now versus then. And a lot of you disagreed with me. A lot of you said, no, Flex, this is your problem. You're too short-sighted. This is your problem. You're changing after one game. People like you are the reason why we're shit. And some of you, you know, said fair play. Like, I was where you was. Now I see it like that as well. And other people said, welcome to this side. I've always been here. I've never thought that Erik ten Hag should get sacked, and that's all fine. I'm not going to be out here like saying, oh, people who think this about me, why have you said that? Like, it's opinion. It's completely cool, and I get that. And I could still be wrong. Look, even for me, right? I'm like, the fact that Erik ten Hag, I want Erik ten Hag to stay, is not even a guarantee that he's going to get it right. There's no guarantees in football. What is a guarantee? There's no guarantee that Kieran McKenna's going to come in and do it. There's no guarantee that Thomas Tuchel would come in and do it. There's no guarantee that Poch or Thomas Frank or whoever it is that's linked to this job, right? There's no guarantees about anything in football ever. But my reasoning was, like I said, I think that by winning that trophy, and it is one game, I think by winning that trophy, he's earned the right to um to have a look at next year. I just think it's a decision that takes the spotlight off Ineos, because most fans, I believe, want Eric Ten Hag to stay. I do know a lot of people who don't, but most fans I speak to, in the general consensus, especially at games, is they want Eric Ten Hag to stay. And I know a lot of you do share that. Not all of you. There's a vast, like, not majority, there's a vast amount of you who don't share that, who said this is the problem. He needs to go. One FA Cup and we're just lowering our standards. That's how polarizing it is. You know, if Eric Ten Hag stays and we start turning it around and doing really well, people who said he absolutely should leave and get him out would have to change their opinion and say, I really didn't think this would happen. And, you know, someone like me who's changed his opinion would have to say, I really thought give him extra time, but it's clear by, I don't know, October, November, wow, we're just as bad as before, and he's had all these players, I'm done. Like, I could arrive at that, but I'm saying he deserves a chance to at least see that in his last season. So for me, I've not changed on that, even though that's what's only been about a week, so I shouldn't have changed from that. But I just think he just needs to find out. And, you know, you start getting panicky now in terms of the longer it goes on, the more it's hurting our plans. Like, we've got shit to do. Do you know what I mean? It's a very, very busy summer with a load of players at the Euros or Copa Americas, or in Garnacho's case, maybe the Olympics. You know, there's so much to do at this club and so much to sort out. And we can't really get into it properly until we work out who the manager is, or who the manager's going to be. And most of us want it to be Eric Ten Hag, but it might not be. I also do know that as well. I'm not living under a rock. I do know that, like, Eric Ten Hag could get relieved of his duties. I'd be upset, but it could happen. It could happen, and we could be sitting here in a couple of weeks' time, you know, with Thomas Tuchel as the manager, with Mauricio Pochettino as the manager, with Roberto De Zerbi as the manager. Kieran McKenna looks less likely, but with Kieran McKenna, you never know in football. And we're in uncharted territories where these Ineos are coming in and making decisions and are about to embark on big decisions for the football club. And we haven't seen this for a long time, so we don't even know what to expect ourselves. We don't know what the summer window is going to look like. We don't know what the deals are going to look like, how people are going to get moved on, how people are going to get brought in, how much money we've got. Decisions on players that, you know, the Sancho situation, the Greenwood situation. There's so much that we just don't know how these guys are going to choose to deal with this. So it's very unsettling. And I just, you know, next few days is what the Lion Sky's gone with. Just to reiterate, Eric Ten Hag is hoping to find out this week if he's going to keep his job as Man United manager. And he's just sitting there hanging on by a thread, it seems, just waiting to find out. And it just seems so 50-50. It's incredible. So let me know what you guys are saying. Let me know how you guys are feeling. And yeah, your thoughts on that. And do you also, do you think it will actually happen as well? Like, do you think we'll actually manage to get a decision in the next few days, or do you think that it could get, you know, could go on longer than that? And where do you sit in terms of the longer it goes on without knowing, the better in Eric Ten Hag's favour, or the opposite? Let me know. I'm out of here, guys. Take care. Peace.